and welcome to the first story time since Rejectio. Today I'm going to read you a poem called The Storm, which I started writing mid-April of 2011, and I finished it in June 2011. It goes along with the album I also wrote all throughout the year 2011, and I hope you enjoy the poem. It doesn't have a set rhythm, but all of the last words in the lines rhyme as like couplets going down. It'll make sense when I start reading it. So, here it is, The Storm. I've learned that resisting is too simple a task to be done. It's those who accept the inevitable who gain in the long run. I would believe this to be true if it had not failed me many times, for today I know I'll ne'er breathe to bask in the church bell's chimes. This morning when I awoke, my routine remained as it did oft. I stood and peered through my morning window, the clouds looked white and soft. I went about my morning business and cycle all the same. Everything appeared ordinary until late afternoon came. The winds outside were picking up, my ancient window shook. The violent sounds outside my door sounded like something from a book. When I drew back my thin curtain, I could not believe my eyes. Extreme darkness and flashes of light were forming in the skies. My heart seemed to palpitate and thrash harshly against my skin. Why would God punish my small town? What could have been our sin? Thunder crashed and lightning struck. I tumbled back in fear. Where was it I could feel safe? Certainly not here. From my large bedroom window I saw the clouds start to deform. I prayed to the Lord that I'd be safe through the saga they performed. I scrambled to my basement in hopes to hide till the danger passed. On my way I stumbled and tripped away. I was hurrying quite fast. Precipitation beat down upon my house, plummeting from the heavens. Wherefore doth the Lord punish me? In faith, what were my actions? The situation began to weigh on me when my basement window cracked. I should have prepared in advance for this. It really should have packed. The flood from outside, of which I was unaware, poured rapidly into my home. I knew I needed to hurry away, but where on earth could I go? The only basement I ever knew was filling with water fast. A strong wind came and broke my window completely. I shielded from the blast. Up the stairs I ran, stumbling and falling as I hurried. I knew my house was being destroyed, but it was for my life I worried. The outdoors was the only place I would be able to run. I prayed that by the time I made it there, this horrific storm would be done. When I turned the knob from my wooden door, I barely had to nudge it, for it blasted open as if from me the door took a great hit. Outside was a horrid scene, an apocalyptic mess. I clapped my hands over my mouth in reaction to the duress. The streets were flooded with acid rain. I prayed above the water I would remain. A funnel cloud spiraled not far away. In order to be safe, I could no longer stay. I sprinted in the direction opposite the disaster. If I wanted to live, I would need to run faster. Through the acid rain I trudged. I almost wanted to stay silent in fear of the funnel cloud's nudge. When I came out through the rain and out of the flood, I almost sobbed from the feeling of being covered in mud. I still feared my safety, so I continued to run south. South not for the winter, but to escape the storm's mouth. When at last I had decided that it would be safe to return, I headed back to the house whose fate I yearned to learn. My town looked empty. I felt that no one was alive. Is there anyone out there? I wondered. Did anyone survive? I knew I was the last remaining in my small neighborhood. Any option of what to do next to me did not feel good. I wanted to swear at Mother Nature for her unyielding terrors. I swore silently at myself for my preparation errors. The only thing I had left to do was wait out all the bad. The complication with that is that that's difficult when one is sad. I begged God for a loving hand to pull me from my pain. I pleaded for a pleasant, unexpected prize to bring some positive gain. I walked away from my half-destroyed home in search of a friend. There must be someone out here, I thought, or my world is at its end. I continued to advance to nowhere, hoping luck was on its way. How peaceful my lonely life would be had the storm not come that day. For a blasted open is from me. That's a weird poetry line. What? I beg God for a... Okay, it's still recording. Poured rapidly into my home. The outdoors was the only... Yeah, that's correct grammar. The violent sound... Nope, let's scroll down. That rhymed.